Dak Prescott always says the right things when it comes to this sort of thing, but at some point the team is just not playing well. What do you see? Can they turn this thing around at 3-5?
They cannot turn this thing around at 3-5. They still have a shot, yes, but that's just statistically speaking. Their O-line is not as good as they were. They fired Paul Alexander, their offensive line coach, in the bye week, and that's because they don't pass protect well. They don't run as well as they used to, and that was their problem. Everything predicated on running the ball, getting good protection. That's why he played so well when Ezekiel Elliott was running for 100-plus yards, and he had all the time in the world. Now he doesn't have that time to sit there and read. His clock has been sped up in his head, and he can't make the right decisions fast enough.
Feels like almost every week, Louis, is a referendum on Dak Prescott's future with the Cowboys also. How do you see that?
Look, there's no question that Dak himself needs to play better as far as when it's a clean pocket, a receiver is open, you have to put the ball on the receiver and let him catch and run and move the chains and continue to move the football down the field. But that being said, I think this team could turn it around, but I don't think they're going to be able to turn it around with this coaching staff because this coaching staff won't get out of its own way. They won't put this offense in a position to where you are now trying to limit some of the weaknesses of Dak Prescott, which obviously he's struggling a little bit, and accentuate their strengths. Ezekiel Elliott is still one of the best runners in the NFL. The offensive line is not playing as good as it has in the past, but it's playing good enough to where they can complement each other. Meaning if Zeke's getting 3, 4, 4.5, 5 yards per carry on first down, play action is there for you to have. Be creative with it. Watch the Chicago Bears. Watch the Kansas City Chiefs. Throw in some Carolina Panthers film. Throw in some New Orleans Saints film and just copy what they do. Just throw your trash out and do some of the stuff that what they do.
But the problem is they can't teach it. So you can see it and you can say, ooh, I like that, and it looks really good, and we have the same players to do it, but you can't teach those nuances.
That's why I'm saying this. This team, personnel-wise, is good enough to compete. They are right now playing with one hand behind their back because their coaching staff won't allow them to play good enough.
To your point, Louis, I'm agreeing with you. The coaching staff can't teach it. That's why they need a new coaching staff.
Look, I watched this team down there on the field on Monday night. Their defensive line and linebackers, they've got speed and play. DeMarcus Lawrence is one of the best players in the National Football League, period. They have players, but it's a team that right now, as games go on, one team is playing chess and they're still playing checkers, and you won't win like that. Simple as that.
I would ask this because if you look at Washington getting thumped last week, if you look at the schedule the Eagles still have, I don't think it's impossible that 8-8 winds up winning that division. So Dallas could get back to that.
But see, you know what? The players are going to have to overcome some of the deficiencies that they have coaching staff-wise and schematically. And that's hard for players to do. And that's not me sitting here trying to just pound on this coaching staff and beat on Jason Garrett. It's just a fact. Watch how offenses are evolving in the NFL. You see stuff going everywhere now. Defensive players are sitting there going, whoa, what is going on back here pre-snap and as the ball snapped with all this misdirection? Watch Dallas.
I'll say this.
Like, that's all you're going to do?
Do we know if Dak can process all of that? That's one thing that I don't know because I've seen a guy sit there and he just stays, he stays. I don't know if he can process the way Drew Brees can process or Patrick Mahomes.
Maybe he can't. But there are still ways, I think, Jonathan, that they're just not helping him. They're just not. And it's easy to bang on Dak right now, but I don't think that's the whole issue.